I'm going to be ranking the best splits for muscle growth from these four right here. So we have bro split, push pull legs, upper lower, and full body every other day. So in my eyes, a good split has to meet some criteria, right? So it has to have at least 2 times frequency per week. So what 2 times frequency means is you're hitting each muscle group in your body twice a week or more, right? And then, so there's also days you have to go per week. Days in gym, right? I mean, not everyone wants to be in the gym 7 days a week, right? And then there's another factor of time per session, right? You don't want to be in the gym for like 2 hours every day or even an hour and a half every day, whatever. But you also don't want to be there like 20 minutes, right? And then, so like if a split meets all 3 of these, you know, like a good thing for all of them, then I would say it's a good split. So now I will break down, you know, with these requirements, what each one, you know, each split's strengths are, or their weaknesses, if it's a good split or not, in my opinion. And I just want to make it known that your split really doesn't matter too much. You know, as long as you're training hard, any of these, probably besides bro split, will be just fine for you. But I'll start off with bro split. So what bro split is you have 1 day for each muscle group. Right, so you have like MG's muscle group. Okay, so you have 1 day for each muscle group. So you have a day where you just go hit arms, right? And then the next day you hit chest. And the next day you hit back. You get it, like 1 muscle group per day. So by doing this, you have to go like 5 to 7 times a week, right? And you're only going to get 1 times frequency. Right, so 5 to 7 days in the gym, 1 time a week frequency, which is not good enough. And then you're also, like, the time in the gym is going to be pretty short, right? Because, you know, I mean, you can't really hit your chest for like an hour straight unless you're not trying very hard. So this is going to be the worst one, so we're going to give that a 4, right? That's the number 4 split I would choose. Last one on your list. Right, so next we're going to have push-pull legs. This is a pretty common one. So you have a push day where you hit chest, triceps, shoulders, right? And then you have pull, back, and biceps, back, bi. And then the next day, you have legs. And then you rest, right, after this 3-day cycle. So, to achieve our desired 2 times a week frequency, you're going to have to go 6 days with only 1 rest day in the week, right, with 1 rest day. So you're going to the gym pretty much every day of the week, right? And you get 1 day to recover, really. So it's not the best because of that. And then your time per session, I think that you could definitely get a push, a pull, or a leg day done in about 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes, so it's relatively quick. And then you also get the 2 times a week frequency, right? So this is our baseline split. This is like just a mid split. If you want to run it, go for it. But this is going to get number 3 on the list. So now I'll talk about, let's do upper lower next. So this is what I used to do. So what you have is an upper day, right? Upper day means upper body. So you're going to hit all your upper body muscles, chest, back, shoulders, arms, right? You hit all of that in 1 day. So by doing this, I'll draw this out as like a weekly schedule, right? So you're going to have upper, let's say Monday, and then you do lower on Tuesday. Then you can rest one day. And then you can do upper again, lower again, and then rest. So see that? You get 2 times a week frequency. By only going 4 days in the gym per week, right? So if you don't have the time to go, 6 days a week, this could be the best split for you. But the sessions are going to be a little bit longer because you have so much more to train, right? Your leg days are still going to be the same. You could probably get a leg day done in, let's say, an hour. But your upper days, they could get to like an hour and a half. And if you have really bad programming, it could be like 2 hours. And there's no point in being in the gym that long. Your programming just sucks if you're in the gym for 2 hours. Right, so this is a good split. So we're going to give it a 2. And then full body every other day. So whatever, 4, 3, 2. So obviously this is going to be 1. I've never done this, but the science says that this is the most optimal split. So I'm just going to do F. Right, that's full body. Then you rest. Then you do it again. Full body every other day. Full body, rest. Right, full body, rest, full body. Right, so you're going to get, what frequency is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 4 times a week frequency, which is super good for muscle growth because after 48 hours of not training a muscle, it starts to go down, like go away basically. You're not gaining anything anymore. So this, you're hitting every muscle group every 48 hours. So that's why this is, as science would say, it is the best split. But there is a downside, right? You're going 4 days a week, so same as upper lower. So that's good, right? You go 4x a week. 4 times a week, 4 times a week frequency, 4, 4. That sounds amazing, but because you're hitting your full body, this is where your sessions can get to like 2+ hours, especially if you are experienced. But if you are new to the gym, I would really suggest doing this split because you're going to be able to maximize your newbie gains the most because you're getting the most frequency. But there's a secret split that I do to boost my gains even more than full body every other day. And it's shorter. So we're going to have my split, the GOAT split. Right? This is how you become Chad. Obviously I'm joking. You won't. Whatever. That's just a joke. This is how you become Chad and ascend your physique. Okay? So what I do is I hit torso. So I think everyone knows what your torso is, right? So for the gym, we're going to say it's chest, shoulders, all 3 heads of the shoulder, front delt, middle delt, rear delt, your back. So it's going to be chest, shoulders, back, right? And then you might be thinking, well, what do I do for legs? Or sorry, not legs, arms. What do you do for arms? Do you have a day just for arms? No, you put arms plus legs on the same day, right? Because I don't really like to train legs that much anymore. I used to. So if I put my arms first, one, I can prioritize them, that's how you prioritize them. Also, you put it at the start of a session when you have the most energy. So I put my triceps, then my biceps, and then I do my leg workout. And because I do like to train arms, I have something to look forward to on my leg day, right? And then you're thinking, after this, maybe I should take a rest day. No, you don't take a rest day. You hit torso again. All right, so that's 3 days. You're already at 2 times a week frequency, just like full body, but you do not, what's it called? You don't have to be there for 2 hours to get it. And then I'm just going to write this, repeat, RP. You just do this 3-day cycle, 1, 2, 3, over and over again. But because you're doing it so often, you have to make sure that you're not doing too much volume, right? So volume is like the amount of sets. So because you're going 2 days a week, or you basically are hitting chest, back, and shoulders 4 times a week, you can get away with 1 to 2 sets per muscle group. You just have to train hard because you have less sets, right? So with a split like push-pull legs, you can do like 3 sets for chest, 3 sets for triceps, 3 sets for shoulders each day you do push, but because you're hitting it so often in this split, you only get 1 or 2 sets because you have to be ready to go so soon after, right? And then also working in like the right rep range, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Anywhere from 4 all the way to like 30 reps is fine. But when you go up to these higher reps, like I'd say even above 12, the soreness you get from them, and soreness does not mean growth. Soreness goes way up. So then by the time you have to hit it again, it hasn't come all the way back down. It only gets to here, right? So you're like so sore, it just interferes with your actual workout, even though it doesn't really mean anything. So I prefer low reps. I usually try to go from like 5 to 10 at the highest for like my arms, just because I like to do higher reps so I can control the weight better, right? So, but like 5 reps is definitely the low end. I try to get 6 to 8 on average. So that is how you make a good split. I would really suggest trying this split out, the torso and limb split, the goat split, the Chad Ascend split, whatever you want to call it. Try it out. And if you try it out and you can't do it, you should comment or like on my community post. Tell me how, what you're doing, and I can work through and try to solve the problem with you, okay? Because this should work. It works for me. I'm never sore before I go again, and I have put on the most mass and made the most strength gains since I started doing that split. It is really good.